I'm going to do something which is a little bit unusual for myself. I'm going to talk about voting. I'm urging people that they need to vote. The first step in your journey to a mentor is to achieve a state of deep relaxation. Hotep, Uncle Jasaneb, live without fear. I am a yoga teacher and a yoga practitioner. Oftentimes people who call themselves spiritual feel as if they should not participate in political activities. Almost 4 years ago, when this guy named Donald Trump was running for president, I said that this guy represents an existential threat to the black community, but even more so to the whole planet Earth and the well-being of humanity. He needed to be defeated then, and he needs to be defeated now. When I say vote, I'm not saying that voting is going to solve the problems of black people. We know that our situation goes far beyond simply voting. But what our problem is that we don't do things strategically. We have to have an overall plan of which electoral politics is just a portion of the overall plan that we should have for liberation. We should be selecting who we want to run for key strategic positions. We need to be giving these people the platform and the policies that we want to see enacted. And then we need to vote for that person, get that person elected, and then we need to follow up and hold that person accountable through constant pressure and monitoring of their activities. At the same time as we may participate in political activities like voting, we should be working towards supporting each other, building economic strength, creating wealth for ourselves, trading between ourselves, both on the domestic level and also on the international level. We should be establishing trade and travel with our cousins and our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, in Africa, and other parts of the world, South America, so on and so forth. We should be building our own independent businesses, our own independent schools to educate our children in the way that we want to educate them. But doing those things do not have to exclude being involved in political processes, being involved in electoral politics. You want to choose who's going to represent your best interests. Train and teach that person to be a politician that does what's going to benefit our community. And again, monitor that person and make sure that that person does what they're supposed to do, or you get rid of them and you get somebody to take their place. That is how you play chess instead of checkers. So many people who call themselves yogis and spiritual people, they say, oh, I can't understand politics, it's too much for me. So they don't do anything. Or they say, oh, I like this Green Party person. Well, vote for that person. It's a waste of your vote, because that person is not going to win. The person who votes for the third party is more likely, if they voted for one of the two mainstream candidates, to vote for the one that's going to actually give you the best benefit. So whoever you vote for, and of course you could understand my implication for who you should vote for in this upcoming presidential election but also in the upcoming senatorial elections, the congressional elections, your local elections for city council people, for state representatives, so on and so forth, for judges, federal judges, Supreme Court judges. They don't change every time there's an election. Once they are put into those positions, they hold them for the rest of their lives. They hold those positions until they die or until they retire. And most of them don't retire. They just die while they are in their positions, and then another lifetime appointment is made. It's not a matter of who's going to be the president for 4 years or who's going to be this for 4 years or 6 years. When your child or your grandchild goes to court, or a case goes to the Supreme Court that has wide-ranging implications and effects upon us, then we have to make sure that those people who are hearing those cases at least have a reasonable judgment that is going to come down on the benefit of people, and not simply for the benefit of corporations or the benefit of the racist individuals and the racist groups that actually are holding the power. We cannot say that it's impossible to make change. We have to make change. We have to keep working at it. Even if you make a 10% amount of change, a 20% amount of change, that's better than zero change. There is nothing that you accomplish all at one time. You know, I use holistic health, but my mama, when she was alive, she had to go to the hospital. I cannot just say to everybody, eat some lettuce, eat some spinach, eat some kale, make some vegetable juice, and everything gonna be okay, when you have people who are born who have defects, birth defects, who have special needs, that need some type of care above and beyond just changing your diet and doing yoga, okay? You have children being born who have holes in their heart. The heart has to be healed through an operation, not by eating kale or drinking some peppermint tea. So healthcare is important. The environment is important. The only way that we're going to address the issue of global climate is that it has to be a global movement amongst governments all over the world in cooperation with each other. The last president put an agreement in place hoping that it would be built upon by the next president. But here comes a fool who takes us out of the agreement and jeopardizes the health and well-being of the entire planet. This is not just affecting America, this is affecting the entire planet. Every human being, every animal, every species of plant is being affected by global climate change in a negative way. So we have to be involved in politics on some level. We have to be engaged mentally in terms of understanding what is going on, what the issues are, and what we can do as individuals to make change. If you enjoyed this video, which I know you did, I want you to click on subscribe if you haven't already done so. I want you to click on like, and I also want you to be aware of our website, www.yogaskills.com, www.kemeticyoga.com. Check us out, support us. The Kemetic Yoga movement is global, and we're going to be doing big things all over the planet Earth. Hotep.